What does emptiness look like or feel like to me right now? Well, it feels like when I walk into the beautiful meeting house here at the First Congregational Church in Southington, that beautiful place where people of this congregation have gathered for worship nearly every Sunday for the last 200 years, and no one is there. I will stand behind that historic pulpit on Easter morning to deliver my Easter sermon, and as I always do, I will declare that the tomb is empty, that Jesus Christ is risen from the dead. But I would never have dreamed that the pews will be empty too.
We're living in a very different world now, aren't we? We are empty of normal. We're empty of having a sense of control, of being able to predict what's going to happen next. And what hurts most of all, our house of prayer is empty, cleared of its occupants. Our fellowship has been disrupted. Result, we're starved for worship. We yearn and we ache to be together.
I know that those women, when they came to that tomb that morning, expected to find Jesus to care for his body. And instead what they found is emptiness. And it must have echoed what they had felt in their own lives after those terrible events that had transpired in the days before. Such sadness they must have felt, with Jesus, the one who had offered them so much hope and promise, suddenly no longer in their lives, no longer offering them words of comfort and reasons to feel hopeful. Suddenly the tomb was empty as their lives, as empty as their futures must have felt at that moment.
Emptiness, oh my God, it cracks open a space in me that I've been pretending isn't there. I've been pushing away. I've been wanting not to feel, but it's everywhere right now. It's in the street. There's nobody driving down the street. It's in the sanctuary. There's nobody in the sanctuary. It's in our hearts that are cracked open out of agony for what is to come. I get it, Jesus. I get that you need us to crack open into the emptiness in order to find you, in order to feel what's about to happen, in order to know each other.
Emptiness is where ambiguity hangs out, where mystery pitches its tent. Before the empty cross and the empty tomb became symbols of good news in Christian tradition, they were just evidence of a missing body. And before the women celebrated with great joy, they were baffled, had no idea what had happened.
When I think of emptiness, I think of possibility. There's curiosity, wonder. What was here? What could be here? What gift is to come? So rather than think of emptiness as loss or disappointment, I see emptiness as hope of what's to come and the possibility of what can be.
Emptiness is brave enough, humble, sure enough to linger there at that thought, knowing that nothing is mine. Empty is far more full of presence than busy. It is the pace of gestation and of seasons and of food up from the dirt. Happy Easter.
For me, emptiness can be a very beautiful and positive thing. When I think of emptiness, I think of a sense of spaciousness and a sense of possibility.
For me, I think emptiness is so often equated with negative feelings, but I think what we find in the Easter story is emptiness, which we usually associate with negative, is actually a sign of hope, that the empty tomb is our sign that Christ is indeed risen. And so in the same way, I hope now that the emptiness of our churches will be, although a bit of a sorrow and grief, will be a sign for us of new life and new hope, that the body of Christ is not trapped within the four walls of the church, but has been liberated and resurrected in a new way out into the world.